Hey, what's up, everyone? So we are going through AOE builds now. Post 1.2, the patch that we are currently using in the live game right now in the US and Europe servers, there was a lot of people that are saying that AOE farming is dead. And it's not dead by any shot, by a long shot. It's just a lot more difficult to do than before. You can't, have unlimited mana. It's not simplistic really anymore. You can still build properly and have a great AoE farm. You can't kill 8 monsters plus by yourself solo anymore, which the AoE farming used to be able to do. Now you're going to be roughly, if you're average gear, probably about kill 4 at one time, which is still a great increase at killing, besides killing 1 at a time. So once you get geared up a little bit more, you will be able to kill probably 6, 7 at one time if you can pull them all together. Again, that does take gear, though. So for those that don't know, AoE stands for Area of Effect. So you are doing some Area of Effect damage. You are going to be needing this build right here, the Revenant. The reason you want this build, and we're going to go through each tree, you take the Insolent Lens. You can use this even at a low level. The core of the build is Octolist and Oromancy. Sorcery is kind of just the added bonus over here that you get. You mainly get Sorcery in the beginning just for the Insolent Lens, because it gives you a lot of defense and it absorbs a lot of damage. So the basics of the build is this right here, is Thwart, and Vicious Implosion. This combination with Thwart right here, this actually stacks with Thwart. You can see it pulls everything towards you within a 10-meter radius, which is a fairly large radius for AoE farming. It does a good amount of damage, 1,000 damage right now, and then it also gains an additional 52% damage per stack of Inspire. And there's a trick here with the Inspires where you can actually double the duration of Inspire. So that means you can stack up to 3 of them by constantly spamming the Thwart spell. So you stack 3 Inspires, you get a 156% increase in damage on this spell, and you'll see how much powerful it gets. Doing this and attacking mobs with the 3 stacks, it will be around a 2,600, 2,700 damage per pull. So that's a huge amount of life. At the level 40 to 50 mobs, they're starting to have around 10 to 15,000 in life. So this is going to do 2,600 on a normal attack. A critical would do probably 4,000, 5,000 damage per shot. So almost 1/4 to 1/2 of their life right here. The next aspect that you need is you need Health Spare. And this is a pretty staple, AoE effect. It is really cool. It does spears out from the bottom. It's a small radius of 6 meters, but it also impales the target for 2.5 seconds, which that stops them from attacking you. It's pretty much a stun, and that combos with the Summon Crows over here. So you need these 2 spells, and the Summon Crows, like I said, combos with the Health Spears. So it doesn't do that much damage. It summons crows to all enemies around you 5 meters. So again, they have to be close, and that's why you use this spell first. You use Vicious Implosion to bring everyone close to you. You combo it over to Hell Spears to stun them. You go ahead and cast Summon Crows, and this is going to decrease their physical accuracy and deal damage over 5 seconds. So it's a small amount of damage over time. And if they are impaled, they're going to get some poison and toxic damage as well. So that's the bread and butter of the combo right there. You can do that at level 25. That's all you need. You need to get 4 Inspire, or 4 points here in Oromancy. So what I do like to do is I like to grab this one right here, the Comet Boon, because again, it also stacks with Inspire. So as you inspire yourself with the Thwart here, your Comet Boon is going to gain an additional 47% of damage, and it also is it's not necessarily an AoE effect, but it's a line effect. It shoots out a flash of light straight in front of you, and it does damage to anything that's straight in front of you in a probably 2 to 3 meter radius there. So this can be used very effectively by using Thwarts to combo with this, the Vicious Implosion. Back up just a second, use the Comet's Boon to throw 800 damage to all the targets that are right there that you just bring to you. So it's a nice cleanup tool right there, and it is an instant cooldown, or instant cast as well. So you need 4 points, then you go over here and you're going to want to take this spell, convert 7% of received damage to health. That right there is going to help you become more tanky, and then you have enough to get your Thwart, your Inspiration double right there. So that's the main core aspects of the build here. As you get to level 50, you are going to need a little bit more damage per second to kill these higher level mobs. But you can see there, that is what you're going to be using around level 25. You have enough points to pretty much play with that system right there. So as you level up, you are going to be unlocking Meditate. Meditate restores a lot of your mana, 4% over every second for 9 seconds. So that's a 36% mana regeneration every 2 minutes, which is great because AOE effects, they do take a ton of mana. So you got to take that as you level up. Then that unlocks this right down here, and this decreases all damage by 100 for 3 seconds after receiving critical damage. So this is a great skill to have because it is reducing all your damage. It's making you tankier. You are going to take damage. You are going to get hits. There's no question about it. When you pull 4 monsters at you, you're going to get hit. So this is going to trigger quite often. Minus 100 damage, that's a lot of extra health. Then that unlocks this spell right here. Grants 1% chance to become invincible for 2 seconds. Again, great skill to have. Invincibility gives you more life, allows you not to die. You don't need melee accuracy or melee critical, so you are all done with the Oromancy skills. You don't need anything else here in the Oromancy. You can go ahead and grab the health lift if you want. It's not critical, but if you are a lower level and having difficulties pulling, you can grab that and get a lot more HP. Moving on over to the Octolist skill tree here. As you level it up, you don't need any of the other spells in here. You do want to get to 50 and get the Summon's Wrath, or Wrath. This right here is pretty much your coup de grace, your killing blow if anything's still alive. Downside, it is a 1 minute cooldown, and it does take a lot of mana. So again, you are going to pick up mana stars to grab people, and now you have some passives unlocking. You do need mana regeneration. Since you are going to be killing fast, you're going to want the mana regeneration. And then right here, increase critical rate 20% for 10 seconds after receiving critical damage. So a great, great skill right there. You're going to do more critical damage, which means you're going to kill the monsters a lot faster. This skill right here, it's not that great, but it does give you mana, and you run into mana problems. So you're going to go ahead and grab that skill right there. And now it unlocks this next skill, this next passive. Increase magic critical damage plus 20%. So this is just a flat-out buff to your magical crit damage, and that's great. The faster you kill the enemies, the less damage you take, the more efficient you can be. That again now unlocks the 8th passive skill, which this is the big one right here. This does massive amounts of damage. Upon receiving damage, increase your magic attack plus 15% for 7 seconds, and it stacks up to 5 times. So that means as soon as you pull them, every time they hit you, they're going to give you a plus 15%. So you're going to pull 4 or 5 mobs. They're all going to hit you at least once. So you're going to start off with a plus 75% magic attack damage right there, just thanks to this skill. This is a must-have. This is a must-get. You can see we still have 5 points left. The rest of these points are kind of just throwaway points. You can do whatever you really want with them. I like to go into this passive over here because it's more damage. Increase magic critical damage plus 50% for 6 seconds after receiving critical damage. So you do probably want to take that one. Again, faster damage means quicker kills. Now this is pretty much where you are. 4 points, and you can do them in whatever you really want. Because you're set right there. Your build is really, really strong. Once you've unlocked more sorcery skills, you like to go with the magic circle because this is a big straight up buff to your magic power. Increase magic attack 117 and increase your magical crit rate plus 7% with a magic circle. The next skill that I like to grab is the chain lightning because it does combo with the hell spear and the crows. It also does an additional 30% damage on those guys. So it's an instant cast. It is not too expensive mana costing wise. So now that brings us down to 2 skill points. And again, you can change these last 4 skill points up to what your liking is. I like to increase my max mana plus 15%. And then the last one, like I said, it's a toss-up. You can throw between Health Lift to get more life, or you can just go ahead and grab a Freezing Earth. I don't necessarily like Freezing Earth because it costs a lot of mana to cast. It costs 867 mana. And then all the other skills over here, they are very, very inefficient. This is a long casting spell here. Cast 4.7 seconds. This is a 1.9 cast time, very, very long time. The longer you are sitting there, the more likely you're going to die. You do not want those skills. So pretty much the choice between me is between Freezing Earth and Health Lift. So I'll go ahead and just grab Health Lift because I don't need the Freezing Earth. I have a decent amount of gear. If you wanted more DPS, you can go Freezing Earth, or want more life. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. So this is my build right here. The other key aspect of it is going into the gear now. So you want to attack with plate gear. Try and bring this down here. So you want to plate gear, and this is the plate set from the quest level 46 plus. So anyone can get this. Go ahead and grab this and equip it, and it does have a set effect, and it increases health regen and mana regen. So on top of having all the physical defense that the plate set gives you, you have mana regeneration now and health regeneration. So we have our build there, and now we're going to go actually attack and show this off. And you do want to go after any monsters that have a lot of physical damage. You do not want to go after monsters that have magic damage because you are using plate armor. You have a lot of defense there. Start off, you want to thwart. You want to thwart 3 times so they stack on you. And for the quality of the video, you're not able to see the... oh, I can move over here. So you can see thwart is right there. It stacks up to 3 times, it says. And as you thwart, you're going to notice that this skill right here, the Vicious Implosion, is actually increasing in damage it does. So right now it's at 1913. As I do one more thwart to max it out at 3 stacks, the toolbar says it does 2401 damage now. So now we are ready to go. We have our thwart ready. We're going to go Mana Stars right here. So we'll go Mana Stars, grab all the units that we can. We pop the Magic Circle. And then we go through our rotation of Magic Circle to Vicious Implosion to Hell Spears to Summon Crows to the big Octolus move there, the Summon Wrath. And you can see we pulled around 8 mobs right there. We didn't die. It came very close because I did mess up the combination and the rotation in the beginning. So I actually did a thwart instead of a Vicious Implosion right away. So that did drain a good amount of my life. That's alright, the life regenerates fairly quickly, but you can see we killed a whole bunch of mobs right there. For weapon, I don't even have a great weapon. So we are using... We have this crafted weapon over here, level 40, and I could use that. So that's a plus 27% or plus 27 magic boost. But I'm testing out this Arcane Blue Blood Staff. And this is actually a drop from the dungeon, the Hardened Farm. And you can see it's almost as good as a level 40 unique staff. And like I said, my unique staff here isn't very good because the tier 1 Hasla weapon is actually far better than my unique level 40 staff. So you can see just by farming Hasla for the tokens, you can get a kick-ass weapon and you don't have to really do anything. You can also get a really good weapon in the dungeons. So don't let people fool you and lie to you saying that you can't get good gear in the dungeons. This staff right here cost me around 400, 500 gold to make. I got this free Arcane Staff in the Hardened dungeon after doing 2 runs. And you can see it's almost the exact same strength-wise. It's ridiculous. So this staff over here cost me 500 gold to make and craft. And I got lucky to get it into unique status. And over here, I do 2 instance runs, and I get a staff that is comparable pretty much to my Arcane Staff. It's just ridiculous. So don't let people lie to you and say that you cannot get drops in the dungeons. Dungeon drops are extremely, extremely good. You can definitely gear up that way very, very efficiently. So we'll go ahead and do another pull over here and call it quits. So you notice I have the rotation down here, 7, 8, 9, 0. And that's how just a simple way to do it. so you do everything right in order. I forgot the health buff. You can also use your pet. Oh, my pet is dead. But your pet will also do extra little damage and help tag the mobs, because as you're tagging the mobs to try and bring them together, they sometimes run away and like, oh, they lose aggro on you. So again, we are almost ready to go. And that's what this red flashy thing is on my character, is that staff weapon. So you can see combination right there. We grabbed about 6 this time. And you'll notice we have a lot more HP this time because we only grabbed, like I said, around 6. So this reason I'm using this weapon is, does this effect over here? And I haven't actually tested it out to see. I want to see what this effect really is and what it does. It says it stacks up to 30 times, and then it activates Blue Blood's power skill. So I have no clue what that is. It doesn't even show you what the stack is right here. So I just have to go ahead and attack some to try and figure out what the stack is, because it says every time that you attack, you gain a stack. And again, that's a bonus of the dungeon weapon. The crafted weapon doesn't have any of these cool special effects that the dungeon weapons do. So in my opinion, dungeon weapons are actually way, way better right now for gameplay. Of course, the crafted weapons are going to be the absolute best weapons in the game at the end. But right now, go do dungeons. Dungeons are where it's at. You can get a lot of weapons in there. So I don't have my shield up, so I'm going to have to go ahead and kill these 3 just right now. You always want to make sure and rebuff yourself. You have to have Insolent Lens up. That definitely makes a huge, huge difference. And so that is the guide right there, plain and simple on how to AoE farm. You can use a couple different variations of this build. This is my favorite, and so this looks actually like the power right there of the weapon. So we'll go ahead and use these mana stars, get that skill again, because it disappeared. So especially if that skill is an AoE effect, you can use that in combination with all your other skills, and definitely fuck shit up. So this build is strictly for AoE farming, definitely not a PvP build at all. You are going to have a lot of trouble killing things. You don't have much CC. You have really no CC at all. And then you also don't have too much damage output for a single target. So if you are AoE farming mobs, you will get ganked, most likely. So we have the skill over here. Randomly inflicts weakening effects on an enemy. So that did a fear right there, which that's definitely pretty cool. So I wonder if it's an AoE fear. You go ahead and test this out again. I'm going to grab 2. And you can see the Blue Blood lineage. It lasts for a minute, and you need 30 stacks to actually use the skill. So again, we'll pull a couple mobs here, do a minor AoE kill. And the reason we did a minor one is because our HP isn't at full, and we also didn't have full Inspire. So you always got to make sure you have full Inspire before you go into attacks. And you always want to make sure that you are buffed up. So the skill of this weapon says that it does a random, status effect type thing. We're going to see if it is AOE enabled right now. Going to start our combination, and then now do our skill. And it doesn't look like it did anything that time. So it does look like it is kind of random. I'm not sure if it actually affected those monsters, all of them, if it kind of did a attack decrease or what. But yeah, we'll definitely test that out and give some feedback on that once I've learned and mastered what the heck that skill does for the weapon. Anyway, that is the AOE monster farming in a nutshell. Hopefully you enjoyed, and please keep on reporting the bots over here. We do not want this area infested with bots. You may recognize it. This is from the bot, bot video posted the other day. And it is a little bit cleaner here. We have a couple people here. This definitely looks like a person over here from Ornthral. This Bobby one might be a bot. So it takes a while to figure out the bots if they are real people. Typically you can whisper at them, chat them, see how they're doing, and then watch their attack strategies and see how they fight. You can also engage them in PvP, Control F to make Bloodlust mode, and see if they actually attack you or if they continue just to attack the mobs. So typically the bots, they do not attack the same monsters that other bots are attacking. So these guys are probably actual real-life humans. And here's Rocky still, who is a bot. So he was not cleaned up yet. And you are not actually getting your labor back, so Trion Games is still, or XL Games, Trion World is still screwing you over on that. You are reporting them for 25 labor, and you're not getting anything out of it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and try that AOE farming out.